Hello students, today we are going to learn a very important concept of the mechanics known as friction. So, the topic is friction, and you should know that friction is a communication channel between two surfaces in contact. So, in mechanics, whenever we discuss the interaction between two surfaces, so they interact with each other either with the force known as normal reaction or with a force known as a frictional force. In today's class, we are going to pay attention more or in detail about the frictional force. Now, the first question is, when does the friction act? When does the friction act? This is very important, right? To understand the reason behind the frictional force, you have to look at the microscopic view of the surfaces, right? So, to give you the sense about the microscopic view of the surfaces, let me show you one image. Look at this surface. Now, this surface, if you look at this one, so this is seen from the naked eyes, you can say. So, if you see through the naked eyes, this is how the surfaces are going to look like. That is known as microscopic view, right. So, there is a duster or a block resting over the table, you can make it move, and the surfaces in contact are going to look like this. Now, from the outside it might appear that the surfaces are very smooth, but in reality there is no such surface known as smooth surface completely. All the surfaces exhibit certain extent of roughness, right. The same surface when taken through the electron microscope, if you look at the image, this is what is happening at a microscopic level here. So, at a microscopic level, you can see there are valleys, there are peaks, right, and these valleys and the peaks of these two surfaces have got interlocked, right. So, when they have got interlocked, and if you try to make one of the surfaces move over the another surface, this is going to resist the relative motion, right. So, this is where the resistance is coming in the picture. So, if you can have a good mental picture of this surfaces in contact, you can always understand why the friction is offered, right. So, the friction is being offered because the surfaces which from the normal eyes appear to be smooth are not in reality smooth. There is a lot of roughnesses on the surface at a microscopic level, right. I hope it makes sense by looking at this diagram, this interlocking, right. You have to break the interlocking in order to make one surface move over the another surface. Now, once we have understood why friction acts, let us look at the conditions. So, for the frictional force to act, the first condition is two surfaces must be in contact. Two surfaces must be in contact. And second, instead of saying two surfaces, let us mention two rough surfaces, although there is no such surface known as a smooth. So, all the surfaces in reality are smooth, rough. So, we can say they are rough surfaces. So, two rough surfaces must be in contact. There should exist a normal reaction between the surfaces in contact. So, there should exist normal reaction. This is not sufficient yet. There are some other parameters we need to take into account. Third, the surfaces in contact should either have relative motion or a tendency of relative motion. tendency of relative motion, right? What is the meaning of surfaces in contact should have relative motion? Relative motion means if you sit on one surface, the another surface will appear to be moving with respect to you, right? So, let us look at this example. This is one object, let us say this marker is brought in contact with this screen. So, they are now in contact. I press it, so there is a normal reaction. When I make it move, so the surface of this board finds that this writer is moving with respect to it, or this stylus is moving with respect to it. Means if this stylus has got relative motion with respect to the screen surface, that is the actual relative motion. Next was there should have been a tendency of relative motion. What is the meaning of tendency of relative motion, right? So, to understand the tendency of relative motion, think like this: two surfaces in contact, right? They are at rest with respect to each other. Now, I tilt it a bit. Once I tilt it, they are still at rest with respect to each other, but does the stylus have tendency to move with respect to the palm? If you want to check it, imagine what if the two surfaces in contact theoretically become completely smooth, will it slide down? If yes, it means there is a tendency, right? So, imagine this is made completely smooth, it is going to fall down. So, in the tendency of relative motion, there will not be actual relative motion, but if the surfaces are made completely smooth, one surface is going to move over the another surface. You can think like this also. I try to pull this, but it is not getting pulled. It means it has got tendency, right? Why? Because if the bottom surfaces are made completely smooth, it has to move. So, this was regarding our tendency of relative motion.